White Tiger by Aravind Adiga. It's a second note on a fabulous book, winner of a Man Booker Prize. Um, I mentioned already that one reason that I love this book so much is that I relate with the character. There are many similarities between what happens here and what happens there, uh, with astonishing differences. I'm thinking now, for instance, uh, of something which is printed in India for the benefit of servants, employees, a cheap magazine or newspaper costing only 4 rupees, which is, I don't know, maybe a cent, American cent or less, um, and in which they can read about killings, about men, poor men who kill their masters, and the idea is that these servants have an outlet. Many of those millions have resentment and a desire to kill their masters who exploit them, let them stay and wait in the cold, live in miserable conditions while they benefit from lavishing apartments, luxury items, and wonderful food. But over there, what they try and the authorities try and how they try and prime their citizens is through the stories, which all have the criminal uh, discovered, caught, sentenced harshly, and presented in a despicable manner so that they don't identify. They feel this is not the way to be. It's like a lesson, if you will. So speaking of identifying, I like this white tiger. Of course, he mentions quite early at the end of the first part that he is a killer. He killed someone and he's looked for by the police. That's not. I mean, I'm no killer. Even if I have some neighbors across that fence. And unpleasant as I am, I don't like these and these other guys. So making a sort of a joke and referring to If by Kipling. If all around you lose their heads and you can keep yours. And I've seen a comedian making a mockery of this idea and saying, well, if all around you have one view and you just have another, there's something wrong with you. So if perhaps they're right and I'm wrong. Anyway, I don't feel like killing. Sometimes I feel like making these shut up and close that damn Manele music. This guy has an enterprise working and paying nothing for it, but let's not get into all this. The police in India has many things in common, many aspects in common with the police here and in the developed world, which used to be called the third world. Speaking of his crime, he's looked throughout the country, and they say they don't know the sum of money, but he says they know all right. So the idea is that they're probably so corrupt that they want to get him and keep some of the money for themselves. And again, voting system is corrupt. And he says they say they don't know where I am. Well, of course they know. I've been voting in the same place for the last 12 times for the last 7 years. Local elections, general elections. The point here being that he's registered as voting. His vote is counted, but he has not been there. And the man is declared insane, a rickshaw puller, just because he wants to vote, which they don't do in some of those places. And in particular, we have this area where the great socialist is very influent, a man which has been charged with corruption, embezzlement, and traffic of influence, whatever. So many crimes, which we also find here. Alas, the other day, one of the leaders of the party I favor, National Liberals, has been officially accused of crimes, and I regret that. But then there's so much in common that India has with this land, for better or worse.